Welcome back. I'm including this file as an addendum to the Fun with Dashcams 3 to give you an example of a real-world application for these cameras. Looking at it overall, you may say, well, it's not 1080p, it doesn't read every license plate in front of me. Well, in this particular instance, this gentleman in this who this story is about is actually a tour bus driver. He drives a van, takes people down to Area 51. Area 51 is a very important part of American UFO culture, UFO mythology, as well as military mythology and military history. Area 51, otherwise known as the Groom Lake Facility, was a top secret facility. It's listed in the Roswell incident. Features very prominently in the Roswell mythology. And when I say mythology, I don't mean it's all fake. It's just in the general mythos of all the tales, some true, some not, that surround Area 51. So that's what made it famous back in the 1970s when a doctor turned reporter, or I should say an engineer turned reporter who was a doctor, brought it to light and nailed it into the American consciousness as a very significant place where UFOs are involved. So because of that, this place has really developed a history from the Roswell incident on up, and all of the top secret test programs that have gone on over in Groom Lake and Area 51 in particular. So these tour guides will drive around to the edge and they will point out points of interest per the mythology, where significant events happened, where the men in black appeared, you know, important signposts along the way. And they usually cap off one of these tours by going to the edge and having everybody's picture taken by one of the signs that mark the perimeter, and basically says, you know, deadly force is authorized, you will be subject to search and capture and this and that, which is pretty standard for a high security facility here in the U.S. So anyways, he was driving down the road. He got distracted, as you can see in this second vid cap, by one of the people behind him, and he lost his landmark, which is the guard sitting in the truck at the top of the hill. He's looking for the sign, looking for the guards, looking for that bluff till he missed it, and he's cruising on down the road. You can see from this screen capture from this news story something very familiar. This looks identical to samples of the SG Tech, and that's because it is, because in this third video capture, it's actually an R310, what we were talking about in video 3. Why is it important for this story? Is because everybody was captured, was arrested, and a couple of these are foreign nationals, a couple people from England and elsewhere. Well, they all got socked with a $650 fine US each. And so the tour guide, with a lot of wrangling with a lawyer and his boss, eventually submitted this video to the DA, the district attorney, who was prosecuting their case, to show that this was totally a mistake. This was not intentional, because some people do intentionally invade the base, and they get into big trouble, and they're going to get arrested, and they're going to get carted off to jail and everything. Well, the sheriff was nice enough not to put them all in handcuffs and drive them away. They just cited them and gave them a court date to appear instead of dragging them before the judge. Well, they still had to deal with minimum $650 per person, plus court costs, plus maybe a few other things, and because the driver had this taxi cam, he had a camera looking into the back, he actually could show by the reactions of him and the other people inside the vehicle that, in fact, this was purely a mistake. This was not intentional. And the DA, after evaluating it, agreed. And the only way, so this was a perfect example of how a taxicam configuration for someone in line that needs to have a view inside the vehicle, in particular, he's basically functioning like a taxi driver, and he's recording what's going on inside, his guests, his fare, why it was totally applicable. And in fact, it helped him in a very real, material, legal way. I just thought I'd share that with you. Thank you very much.